So basically, this is what I got going on here. I have an isolated current hooked up to a bias transistor in dual feedback mode. And basically, I got it coming in from the voltage. The voltage has for this circuit that I created here, or that I tweaked, it has to be 2 volts or higher to start the isolation of this circuit, and 1.7 volts to maintain it. But I basically have it coming in from the power source through a 1K resistor, and then it's I have one wire going straight to the collector from the run 1K resistor, and one of them goes to the part that oscillates as far as a whole, and then I have another one that's going to the base. So it comes in to the collector, the base, and the oscillator. It comes in through the base on a 100K ohm resistor through a voltage divider, which is 470K, to allow just enough voltage to keep this in an active mode, keep the transistor in an active mode. So while that's being kept on, you have the rest of the power being ran around here, and this right here is a 1 microfarad capacitor. I have it polarized on this one. You can do it with an unpolarized one or a polarized one. It really doesn't matter. But this right here created a lot more stabilization. You can play with this yourself and see. And I have it going through the phase circuit. The first phase is 3.3 k ohms. The second phase is 2.2 k ohms, and the second or third phase is 2.7 k ohms. And I have the capacitors on the 680 nanofarad, for all phases or whatnot. Yes, that's the circuit right there. I already figured out why it's not oscillating when I hook the transformer up. It's due to the fact that I didn't configure that it was going to have an inductor into the circuit. And when the current goes through, when I hook the transformer up, it creates a spring right here that builds up electrons that pushes back as an inducer in a sense, or an inductor. So it pushes back and it puts pressure on the rest of the circuit, and it messes up the whole thing. So let me go ahead and show it to you anyway, even though I figured it out. So the way I got this circuit is it almost gets as much power as I put into it. It doesn't really differ too much. You know, some circuits, they only put out like 50% duty cycle. This is putting out right here. So the more I turn it up, the higher it just gets. And it stays at 60, like it just maintains. So basically, I started putting another amplifier on this side, the yellow wires here, to amp up what I have going on here. But when I did it, I forgot that the transistors cause a 180 phase difference. And I was opposing the phase that was coming through from the 360. So basically I was making a 540 instead of a 720. So basically I'm going to have to put in op amp. I have some op amps over here. I'm going to play with these op amps or whatnot and figure out, you know, which one creates the 360. I'm probably going to have to put it in the inverting, so that way it doesn't phase at all. It just comes in the way it goes in, or it comes out the way it goes in, and I'm going to go from there. But let me go ahead and show you the transistor being hooked up. I have an air conditioned transistor that puts out come on, focus. But anyways, you put in 24 volts and it either puts out 120, 208, or 240, depending on how you have it hooked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook up this transformer. And as soon as I put the ground in, it goes bad. So out, in, out, in. If y'all can help me out with this, you know, send me something here. All right.